continuing on the same topic that you just talked about, what your experience in the real world with technologies which are uh, very new, very futuristic, and still under development. Um, how do you see them connecting and helping the world solve problems like climate change and net zero, and bringing our region, Middle East, into a situation where we are carbon neutral?
Pallavi, I'm honored to be part of the interview, and also I'm honored to be selected to participate in this um, interesting topic. I feel like joining three topics at the same time: AI, artificial intelligence, education, and sustainability. So this is, I call this is a triangular, and make it together to build a very good interview, so we can reach to a good conclusion that anyone can read it. I believe they will get benefit and connect the dots together to build a very good knowledge and concept about those three pillars. So yes, I totally agree with you. The AI is an emerging field, and it's not also emerging. It's a dynamic field. Every day, every minute, every seconds, there are new researches coming. There are new companies, startup companies. They are launched, and in the area of AI. So the AI is become a very strong and sustainable tool that enable people to do very fast and sustainable progress in their businesses. And also, it's not designed for a specific field. It can work with any field, with any application. This is what makes it distinguished from other tools. Why people they feel the value, this is a proof of value of this technology and this a new field. So people, also the investors, they are believing in the power of AI. So they start to put money there, and they trust this money to grow up over time. And also the education. The people in the education sector start also to believe and adapt many technologies under AI and other emerging technology to change their business model, and so to make it more effective, and then to also to change their teaching style, to change their training material to adapt with this dynamic change. So this is what I believe. It's a very interesting topic. Is the AI, the power of AI is unimaginable. It can work with any field: education, energy, governmental sectors, agriculture, water and the environment, also logistics, marketing, sales. Like it's entertainment, gaming. So the AI can penetrate in any field with added value, output and outcomes. So yes, so this is very interesting, and we can work together in the interview to capture and to cover many aspects. And I will leave you the lead, so you can lead the interview whatever. Yes, and we can enjoy our interview.
Absolutely. So the first question I had for you was, what was your, or who was your inspiration to study from engineering? You went on to data science, and then to get into AI technology. How did you become so passionate about this subject?
Yes. First of all, This is, I think, back around 2013. So because I came from industrial engineering background, so my bachelor was in industrial engineering, and in industrial engineering, I think like this is one of the it's not a very old track. It's it's not it's considered an emerging engineering field, and it's somehow it's very interesting. It's linked the management with the engineering, so at the same field. So how you can do good management and leadership with the engineer using the engineering tool. So this is was the beginning. So we are looking at optimization. We are looking at the modeling. We are looking at the organization. We want to optimize the performance, productivity by minimizing cost and maximizing profit. So this is, I think, this is. So we are dealing with data. So this was at the beginning my first start to dealing with data. So based on this data, we can analyze such a data and have a good understanding and insight and wisdom about this data. So later on, when I had a chance to be elected and to be selected one of the top students in my and become as a faculty in the King Saud University, they give me the scholarship. They provide me with a scholarship and to continue my learning journey in United States. At that time, I was, I went there. I was discovering which field I will continue. So I found the quality field, the quality engineering, and quality and reliability engineering is my best field. So in the quality, especially in the quality, I really like it because you are working with data and you need to have good understanding of that data. So to have good quality monitoring and control of any process. So the quality can be anywhere, any organization, any factory. So they have a quality department, and based on the quality, they try to in the quality, they try to increase the quality of services, product, and try to minimize the cost. So it's a very interesting field, and you can see an instant impact on that. So I finished my bachelor. I finished my master degree in quality from Rutgers University in United States, which considered one of the top 25 university worldwide. Okay, so then my advisor, we had discussion with him. He recommended me to go. So he's from a statistic background. So yes, his name is Monkey Jung. So he's motivated. His work. I think he's the full professor and he's well known in this area. And his work and his research in the area of machine learning and AI. So he motivated me to study more and to have very strong background about the AI. So he suggested me to get another master. And also I am working with two advisors. One advisor, his name is Sayed. He's a distinguished professor. He's from engineering and reliability field. And the other professor is Monkey Jung, which is he's also in industrial engineering, but he's mainly focused on AI and machine learning applications. So I have those two advisors. They advised me to get another master degree from a statistics department with the specialization in data mining. So after that, so I went there. I finished my second master degree. I really enjoyed because you are going to the math and the statistics because it's the main foundation of AI and machine learning. So once you have very good understanding of how the models can work and all the assumptions that need to be met, so it's good for you to have a good understanding. So it's good to have to link it with the real life application. So at that time I attend machine learning and AI courses from different departments during that time. Okay, so I got it from engineering college. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
some courses from engineering, some courses from computer science, and some courses from statistic college. So, so there are three different college. All the professors there, they are teaching from different their own angle. Okay, so was for me it was interesting. So for example, from so the one I took it, the courses that I took it from engineering college, they are focusing more about the application. They want to formulate the problem. They want to have a good understanding of the problem and use the technology to be adapted there. So like going to the statistic college, we are focusing more about the hypothesis, and once you build your solution, you need to follow some assumption, and you have to be careful about violating those assumptions, and so the solution later on it can reflect those assumptions. So it's there is the real case. So it's very important to have very specific procedure whenever you want to build a specific solution. So at the beginning you have hypothesis, and at the end you need to whether you accept or reject the hypothesis using the scientific approach. So also from the computer science, they are very interesting there. So they are focusing on building the algorithms. So they want to have the computational power. They want to minimize it, and like they want to to increase the accuracy, also increasing the computational speed. So so this is they are focusing more about the algorithms. So this is why make me like I have to connect all of those at the same time, so to have a very good and comprehensive and understanding of my knowledge. Later on, I finished my second master. Okay, then I start my PhD journal. So all my focus is to use the AI technology to solve a real life application. So at that time, yes, I have very good background. So I passed the PhD qualification exams, and I was starting dealing with different type of data. I dealt with functional data. I did the tabulated data. I dealt with signal data. So at the end, we looked at one of the emerging type of data, which is the 3D surface topography. It's a type of image, but it can be so it's more complex. It's not a simple image. So at that time, it was challenging. It's a new image, it's a new type of data, and we want to we want to build a very strong AI technology, AI model that is able to get this data and do quality monitoring. So whenever you have like any factory, so they have quality departments, they want to do sampling. So our sampling and then go to the quality lab to make sure the quality is good or not. So we are doing different way. We are doing in a smart way, smart manufacturing, smart quality monitoring. So we want there. So we do 100% inspection. So we don't do sampling. So we inspect the whole batch, and then is using an image. So within less than a second, we are going to decide whether the quality is good or not. And we want to identify if there is a shift in the process. So we need to do adjustment. We need to go to the process parameter and do adjustment. So this way of thinking is a new thinking is when you compare it with the traditional way, it's more efficient, more effective. It's a cost effective. It's used the AI technology in real life application, and you have a more understanding of your process and the root causes of any failure that you may face. So yes, so I published 4 papers out of my thesis in a very top journal, and the work was recognized globally. And I think this was motivate me when I came to Saudi Arabia to explore different industry, to spread awareness among people about the power of this technology, and also other emerging technology like cloud computing, cybersecurity, IoT, virtual reality, augmented reality, virtual reality, and also there are every day you hear about
Mm,
a new terminology, and you want to exploit this technology and spread the awareness. So I was also consultant in a different in the private and governmental entities, and I'm trying to. So this is at the end, this is a tool. Okay, so the goal is to formulate the problem, understand the business needs, and then customize this tool to have an impact on the solution. So the people, they start to feel this technology can solve the real issue and the real. So it's a good solution, the effective solution for their problem.
continuing, thank you for that. Uh, Now, continuing on the same topic that you just talked about, what your experience in the real world with technologies which are uh, very new, very futuristic, and still under development. Um, how do you see them connecting and helping the world solve problems like climate change and net zero, and bringing our region, Middle East, into a situation where we are carbon neutral, at least carbon neutral, if not carbon positive, at least carbon neutral? How do you see that? How do you see AI and how do you see technology helping us in that journey? Whether that is through the education part of it or whether it is through the work that you do in the real world.
Yes, actually, this is a very interesting question.
Mm-hmm.
So, the AI technology can work very effectively, especially in the environmental sector. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so as you know, like the sustainability there, it's very important.
Mm-hmm.
So once we have this technology, the goal is how can we utilize this technology to achieve and accomplish the sustainability. So one of my previous work, I think I worked in developing an environmental monitoring system.
Oh, wow.
So the goal
Okay.
of and it's based on AI. So the goal of that system is to do online monitoring and
Mm-hmm.
assess the quality of environment, including
Mm.
air, water, noise.
Wow.
Okay, so you are focusing on those three. We are
Mm-hmm.
focusing on to use the technology to do like online monitor system that
Mm.
can monitor all of those three. The project is one, yes. And we were in so that we use this project to work with the Ministry of Environment, Water, and Agriculture in the
Mm-hmm.
Saudi Arabia. So basically, our goal in that project is we need to first collect data, and
Mm-hmm.
for example, that when we want to monitor the air, we want
Mm-hmm.
to get the data, and once we have this kind of data, so we are going to measure. So we have microcontroller, and also we have some sensors, so they are able to get some, so they can process and get some parameters out that reflect the air quality. So, and based on that, so once we have those data, we are going to pre-process the data,
Mm-hmm.
and so once we pre-process it, then we feed it to the model. The model is able to give a good indication of the quality of air,
Mm-hmm.
and also they kind of predict what it's gonna be like, maybe, and what so they are doing like so there is a connected with the dashboard, smart dashboard, that is
Mm-hmm.
able for your case is to check the quality of air, and you can do also prediction for like what's gonna be next day, what's gonna be next week.
Mm-hmm.
So this is for the air quality monitoring. Also, we go into the water quality. So at that time, we are going to do monitoring of the plastic in the water. So we want
Mhm.
to build AI-based model that is able to detect if there is any plastic, and then also not also detection. Also, it's going to be classify what type
Mhm.
of object is this.
Mhm.
So do monitor detection and also classification using the computer vision.
Mhm.
So also this is was or this is the goal is to have a clean water.
Mhm.
Yes, this is one. The second one, also the noise.
Mhm.
So how can also people they feel like the noise is not an issue. So
Mhm.
in modern city, I think the noise is becoming a very big issue. So
Mhm.
so how can we monitor the noise? How can we set up some KPI, some indicators that help us to monitor the noise, whether the noise is acceptable or not. Once is if it's not acceptable, so we need to know the root causes of that one so we can act fastly and
Mhm.
people they will feel they are in a cities that is there is no big noise that make their so this is, can increase the quality of life of
Mhm.
people. So this is one of the projects that I have been working in the past, and there are also so this is the power of AI here is once we have the data, we are going to do prediction. So we
Mhm.
don't want we want to avoid the problem uh, before it's happening, because once it's happening, then it's too late.
Mhm.
So the
Yes.
power of AI do the prediction, the forecasting.
Right.
So this is so once we there is a shift in the
Mhm.
data, there is something abnormal.
Mhm.
So this is the goal is to stop something from happening, and we will have a corrective action to
Yes.
make those things back or the process shift to the normal state.
Right. Make.
So also this is motivate us. So why we are doing this? Because we have the vision, Saudi Vision 2030, which is
Mhm.
very ambitious vision, and everyone in Saudi Arabia they are trying to follow this vision, and
Mhm.
we are trying to have an impact and to be part of this vision. And one of the main pillars, or one of they said it's the heart of the vision. Okay, it's
Mhm.
the sustainability. So the sustainability is very big factors pillar in this vision. So the kingdom they are doing great in promoting the sustainability, and they are working since 2016. They are running different projects. We can go over some of those projects and the area that they cover. So they are targeting renewable energy, environmental, also preservation and protection. Also the green cities. They are promoting green cities. So this is kind of initiatives that they are doing, okay, since 2016, where the goal is to have a sustainable environment, and the people here, and this is going to reflect on the quality of people life in Saudi Arabia. So in education, I think first of all, we want to, so since we have this initiative, it's where
Mhm.
firstly, it comes from the Saudi Vision 2030.
Mhm.
So we want to start from the early levels of education, from the primary school, elementary school, high school. So it's become a part of the, educational training.
Mhm.
So to make sure the new generation they are able to know all the challenges
Mhm.
so any so they want to be involve them to be part of the like any corrective action or
Mhm.
reforming. So they want those new generation to be part of it. What I mean about part of it, there are different thinking can be part of it. They can they can go to like whenever they want to use the green energy. They want to so any challenges in sustainability. They can understand those challenges and
Mm,
make some corrective action that help to achieve sustainability. This is what so like for example, so using maybe they don't need to use plastic bags because the
mm,
plastic bags has many negative impact on their life. So they want to use maybe paper bag or something.
mm,
So so they don't want to use the paper itself. So they can paperless things. So this is what the education now they are trying to reduce the like this is what I noticed
mm.
here, especially in Saudi Arabia. The some of the materials is not need to be printed, so it's
Mm.
become already online. So they
Right.
are using now they are using some of the smart learning management system that is it fits with the sustainability.
Right.
So, and also whenever you have issues, like for example, when we have a COVID-19,
Mm,
everything was locked and the typical or traditional education was
mm,
not working as we expected. So at that time, so the sustainability of so this is kind of risk. So how you can mitigate such a risk? Okay, people
mm,
they don't learn anymore. So because
mm.
they are locked at home.
Yes.
So it's one of the most important thing is to have a technology like
Yeah.
using those learning management system that they can attend their lecture virtually. They have some interaction with their teachers and and they can submit their project you know assignment on time. They
Yeah.
have some discussion board. They can interact with their so they can do this is a kind of using the cloud computing and also using AI and using virtual sometimes
Mm,
yeah the extended reality. It's
mm,
both augmented or virtual reality to make the education to sustain. And also this is so we discuss about the material. Now I know they are changing, adapting the material to make the those initiatives that it has been done since 2016 be reflected on the material that's going to be taught to the students to make
mhm.
to make the students feel the responsibility and to be part of the change.
Right. Makes sense. Now, continuing with this conversation, today you are seeing students who are in the real world. You are seeing students in your university. And of course, as you said, you are familiar with the changes that the government is coming up with to the material to incorporate what they've been doing since 2016. How do you see it? Where do you see the challenge or where do you see the gap that needs to be fulfilled so that the next generation is even more better, even more compelled, even more adapted to facing the issues or challenges that we face with sustainability? Because you are seeing almost all the full circle. You are seeing the real life, you are seeing what is happening in university, and you have an understanding of what is the new changes that are being brought in. So where do you see a gap that perhaps there is one more change that will make this even more perfect?
Exactly. So for sure there is some gaps and challenges need to be
Mm-hmm,
addressed. And I think whenever you have a closed cycle, I
mm-hmm,
mean, what I mean about closed between all the players in this game, then we will be all on the same page, so we can work together to achieve specific KPIs, and that is can be reflected to achieving productive and effective sustainability. So. So it's so since I'm from university, so I'm dealing and meeting with my students every day, trying to trying to understand them, understand their concern, and try to speak with their language, so they can have very good understanding of what they are, what they should do, and what they should learn. So. This is one of the things that is, there is a gap between sometimes between the universities and the market. So there is a gap there. So they need to understand what the market needs, so they can be very well prepared to once they finish, they can be a fit with the market. So they don't need to stay like for a long time and they get some another certificate, additional skills to go there. So they want to has to once they finish. So the skills that we learn the student teach the students need to be up to date. Need to so they, once they go finish their degree, they don't need to have additional certificate or additional skills. Yes. So this is sometimes is. The the education usually is not easy to be adapted frequently. It need to be updated and changed frequently. So this is why sometimes the education is somehow little bit late from what has happening in the market. So they need to speed up. They need to expedite the process. They need to not going a lot of time to review and do. So this is why I think it's good to have also the. So this is what we need to be close to the market decision maker. We need to have those decision makers to be close to the decision maker of the education level, to set up a line to be aligned. So their objectives is need to be aligned together. So this is why we need to. So once the like also this is a high, the university is the higher education. So also with the basic education with the like with the primary education. So also the higher education with the primary need to be so the K-12 education need to be also connected. So everything is it's in the same cycle. Okay, so with a line of with a line of objectives that feed and that serve the national objectives, especially for like when we talk the domain of the sustainability. So this is what I'm trying, for example, with my students. So I want them to teach them the tool. Okay, and I want to show them what are the application, and one of the application is related to environment, sustainability, and agriculture, water, so environment. So I want them to have good understanding of the technology, deep understanding of the technology. So later on, when they have a chance to have an impact on the country, so they can provide some innovative solution that can have an impact on the environment. So once they have them, so this is why what the initiatives are. So we want to give them the confidence, give them the knowledge, the tools, what they are looking, what they need at this stage. So once they have also they become very good at implementation, then at that time you can see some results, some initiatives, and some. This is what like some of my students they went to some hackathons. They like this year there was 2 hackathons and it was run by government and to serve security sectors and also agriculture sector. So my students they become one of the top one of the top or one of the selected groups there, and they initiate or they came up with a very innovative solution that served and with they use the power of the AI to serve the country in both sectors, security and agriculture.
Right.
So basically, yes, we want to make the students be ready to those changes, teach them what are the challenges. One of the main challenges that we may address is the data.
Mhm.
So data. So how you can collect data? What are the technology that you need to collect? So that help you to collect the good data. So
Yes.
also the data quality. So whenever you build them like models, or so you need to have you need to have a high quality data. How you can
Mhm.
do a good pre-processing for the data. So how you can prepare the data to feed it to the model later on.
Yeah.
So you have very good results and outcomes. So the data itself, sometimes they need to be enlightened about how they collect the good data, the data with high quality data that can serve the problem. So we would start them from the beginning. So usually we help them how to understand the problem, how to formulate the. So whenever you have like a problem that's related to environment, so we need to formulate it. So sometimes like formulating the problem in a right way. So this is
Mhm.
maybe it's half of the effort. Okay,
Yes.
so whenever you have a patient, so if you so they said the diagnosis is half of the medicine. Okay,
Yes.
so the good diagnosis, once you diagnose it right, then
Uh-huh.
you will so finding the right medicine would be not challenging. So it's very important to diagnose the problem in a proper way. So later on, you can find the right solution that really have impact on on solving the problem.
Makes complete sense. Thank you so much, sir. Now, my last question is: what you are one of the most well-traveled people. What city or book has really affected you, or really something that you will never be able to forget, and why?
Yes, that was also a very interesting question. So yes, for me, I had experience to go to Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
Seattle is one of the cities that I went there in the United States. I spent there almost 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the people there they are very interesting. So it's as you know, Seattle is the home of Microsoft, Starbucks, Boeing. It's the headquarter is there, so I had chance to go there to see the people. Also Google, so to see people there, to see the professional there, to how the environment is there. So I think so the people there they are very friendly, and they help me to have a good understanding of the U.S. culture, and so there it's we have more diverse culture. So
Mm-hmm.
people from India, from United States, from Europe, from Middle East, so they are working from Asia. So they are working in the same environment with the same culture.
Mm-hmm.
So the organization culture. So they are working together. So even though everyone came from different culture, but still, this have this kind of combination. I think it's very interesting. So everyone has some very good input and
Mm-hmm.
attributes. They want to transfer it to others. So this kind of environment, so it motivates each other to work well, to work effectively, to have very good time management, to have a very good impact and think differently. It's
Mm-hmm.
think out of the box, to have critical thinking to solve some problems. So this is, I think, one of the things that I really like. Also, the university there, the people I met there, the friends that I make there. I think it's always, even though it was this is 10 years ago, but still I still have very good connection with them, communicating with them like from time to time, sending some
Mm-hmm.
news. So this is the power of communication and friendship. So to have some good friends from different countries, and so they have some impact on you, and you have some impact on them. So this is and you sustain that kind of relationship,
Mm-hmm.
and this is the thing that I really like about what what we did, what this is the city. I went to different cities in the United States, but also in the world. But this city, it has sentimental value as
Mhm.
me.
Thank you very much, sir. This is fantastic, and we really appreciate your time on this issue. And I'm hoping that we can call on you again for other issues when we talk about green cities, we talk about green energy, and discuss how AI has made an impact on those industries very specifically.
Yes, for sure. I think is um, I'm uh, I'm very excited to attend this meetings, and it's very nice and interesting. The way you introduce things, I think is very interesting to me, and I really like it. We can also deep in, as you said, we can go deep in the green energy,
Mhm.
because I know I took a class, a specific class in the green when I was in the United States, and I really like about sustainability. I really like. I want to have a very good impact on people to show them what the importance of sustainability and how can we achieve sustainability. Also, the government is, they are initiating different initiatives, and like just like one of the initiatives that I was want to talk about is they did the G12 leaders that was happened last year.
Mhm.
They did or they initiate the closed loop system. The CCE is based on reducing, reusing, recycling, and removing the carbon that address the climate change while advancing the sustainable development and promoting economic diversification. So this is one of the initiatives that I think it's very important. It was launched in G20 leaders
Mhm.
meeting, and this is really is make me also. I was also talk to the students to what the power for of this framework, and how can this this is in the level of government. So this is
Mhm.
the very effective. This is kind of innovative solution that it has very good impact on people lives, and they can achieve like a very good progress on this matter, like net zero. So the net
Mhm.
zero, so our kingdom, like regarding the net zero, they are want to achieve net zero by 20. They have a plan, very detailed plan to achieve it by 2060. So the
Wow.
Saudi Arabia, they are commitment to achieve net zero by 2060, and this is, I think, is one of the initiatives that I think the kingdom is committed to. So
Mhm.
basically, this is a big and is a big topic, and very interesting. It's a very detailed topic. We can go anywhere. We can go
Yes.
to any topic. So this is just as a high level interview. We discuss about many things, especially in the education level. So we
Mhm.
can go, as you said, to different levels later
Yes,
on,
sir.
and we have more effective discussion and interview.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I will definitely hope to request you to join us for the next issue that we have.
Sure.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you so much.
Mm,
It was
no
lovely
problem.
talking to
Take care.
you.